So this is something you really have to do by yourself. So when I'm speaking, and when somebody's speaking about non-duality and you resonate with them, what happens is that you begin to get into their flow. So you'll notice in the room, this is just from my observation and the way I think it happens. I can't guarantee scientifically this is the way it happens, but this is how I think we work, is we all are very telepathic and we can feel each other. And we can feel what other people feel. So you'll notice the difference between when I'm speaking or when somebody's speaking and they have lots of suffering coming up. And you can feel their suffering. And it's not in any way saying that shouldn't happen. This is the place for it, for you to explore that and talk about it. And it's so helpful for people to watch me work through it with you. But you'll notice that you can feel that energy. So if somebody's talking in a suffering energy for a long period of time, you can pick it up. So there's this psychologist that I like on the internet. But I also don't like him because when I watch him for long periods of time, I can feel that he has very, very dark energy. So I like intellectually his mind. I think he's brilliant. And I think the way that he speaks about mythology is really beautiful. I also think there's some dodgy stuff that he says as well. But generally, I love listening to the mythology stuff, but I can't listen for long because when I listen for a long time, I can feel his really dark energy. And you can see it in his body. And maybe it's just that I'm very sensitive, but I get the sense that other people are sensitive as well, and they can actually feel it. And I think that when you listen to non-duality speakers, it's not only that you like what they're saying intellectually, there is a part of that, but you're also picking up on their energy. You're also resonating with that energy of emptiness or spaciousness. So you kind of like do a meditation. You're listening to what they say, or this is what it used to be like for me. And even now, if I listen to speakers, I can hear different energies. And I can hear different energies when that speaker speaks, actually. But you listen and you kind of zone out a little bit from what they're saying. You listen on one level, but you're also sort of meditating. You're using it as a meditation. Or that's the way it used to be for me. Like I was meditating on their energy. And I was just using their words for something to focus on. And then I was sort of feeling their energy. And I could change my sensations and feelings just from doing that. And I think everybody does that. So that's one thing that you can do on these retreats. But the other part is you have to do it, which isn't so easy. And that's the part of exploring your chakra system and exploring your body. And I know that bit feels a lot harder because one thing I also notice in Western societies or people that I work with is that we experience a lot of confusion. And this might be a result of having so much information around us that our mind easily gets confused and easily confuses things and doesn't know what to do. Whereas when you're listening to someone speak, it's quite, you put your attention on it and you feel their energy and you're not even doing anything, you just do that and that's easy. Whereas something like the chakra system, your mind could get all tangled up by telling you you're not doing it right, there's something wrong here. And actually that's just your pattern, that's your mind. That's part of the illusion that's happening and you just have to work through that. But I notice a lot of people easily get confused if I try to give them any type of meditation practice or working with their chakras. They believe they're doing it wrong, they've got it wrong, or there's something going wrong. And even that thought, that idea, is something to be explored. It's not a reality. It's easy to get lost in that for hours. So you just use that thought process and you see, oh, I'm telling that story that I'm confused or I'm wrong again. Where do I feel that in the body? So I feel like I've done it all wrong. I feel like I'm not a good meditator. What's happening inside my body? And you just go down to where you experience confusion. And then that's another story that's seen through. It's not true. That's part of the story. But often confusion can seem like it's really real, like, yes, this is truth. I am confused and I got it wrong. So if you are experiencing that, just use it. Use everything that comes up as a way to look at your body. But at the same time, you really don't have to put strong effort into it. You can also just sit there for the whole hour and see what comes up. Just notice what comes up. And you don't have to put too much effort into it. But if you are circling in a story for ages, then you just look and you say, okay, I'm experiencing confusion. Where do I feel that? And then if you circle in story for another half an hour about how annoying someone is on the retreat, then you could just go, okay, I'm in a story again. Where do I feel this? But just take the attitude that no matter what happens and what you do, you're doing it correctly. Just take that attitude. So if you shut your eyes, so just move your attention through your body, into your big toe, into your fingertips, and notice you have something called personal attention. And this personal attention is focusing on different parts of the body. It focuses on the sound of the fire. It focuses on the outside world. It focuses on your big toe, on your breathing. It focuses on the thinking, the choices to pick moving or not moving, to going to the toilet or staying here. And there's something that's conscious of that personal awareness. And that consciousness cannot be found. The personal awareness can be found. You on the human level can think, oh, there's my personal awareness, there's my movement of attention. I move it from the outside to the inside, the top, the bottom, where the consciousness cannot be found. There is consciousness happening. This consciousness is not size. This consciousness includes everything. Everything that's experienced right now. And this consciousness has always been here. It's been here since the beginning of time. It's never moved. It's always been timeless. It's the same consciousness as when you were a baby, a young adult, when you lost your love, when you got your love, when you're happy, when you're sad. It's infinite. Your essence is infinite. Don't look for that infinity in a thing. So in the personal awareness, in a feeling and in sensation, it's there as your nature. And then there's the I am as well, which is love, which also isn't containable and isn't a thing. This sense of being that you exist. And on the human level, you can just let go into that. You don't have to have problems. You don't have to have bad ideas or think the world is terrible. You don't need to protect yourself. You can give everything up to your infinite nature through that mysterious thought which is creating, because it's going to create whatever it creates no matter what you do. So you can just give it all back. You can just give the reins back to that infinite space. There's nothing you need to fix. There's nothing you need to control. There's nothing you need to have. Right here, right now, this is. And this is complete. And see in this moment if you can find your edge. You can find your edge in thoughts, in ideas, but if you just put that aside, see if you can find your edge now, in this instant. Where do you end and the world begin? Where does you end and my voice begin? Where is your hearing and where is the heard? At what point do you stop? In thoughts, you will find a point. In ideas, you'll find end. But in this instant, which is all you ever have is this instant, it's infinite. There is no divide. You're so free. And this is where your home is. This is home. I think that all spiritual traditions point to this. In Buddhism, they talk about being in the moment. In Sufism, they talk about losing your mind. In Hinduism, they have Advaita, or Nonduality. In Christianity, Jesus dies on Good Friday and rises again on Easter Sunday. I think that's it. To be honest, even though I'm Christian, I was born into Christianity, I never studied Christianity. My parents are atheists. But I think that's beautiful, the story, because to me it's a metaphor. Of awakening. Becoming completely one with God. I suspect it's not that he died physically. So now let's come back to the chakra points. And really the chakras, like everything else, are everywhere. You don't have them inside your tummy because your tummy in the world is the same thing, just like the hearing and the heard is the same thing. You aren't limited to a body. There is simply sensation happening, and that sensation is everywhere and everything. But I want you to understand your chakras. So when there is illusion rising, when you're lost in what you feel or think, you can recognize it more clearly and you can understand what your body is telling you. So come to the base chakra, which is below the base of your spine and your genitals. And just rest your attention there. So now move your attention up to the next chakra point, which is below the belly button. And this chakra area is about trust, stability, groundedness. Out of balance, it's fear, lack of trust, insecurity, worry, anxiety. We move up to the solar plexus. In balance, this is empowerment, choice, the ability to act, strength. Out, out of balance, it's powerlessness, not being able to act, depression, exhaustion, fatigue. Now we're moving up to the heart area. This is the area of love, connection, intimacy. And out of balance, it's feeling unworthy, lack of love, lack of intimacy. And then we move up to the throat chakra. Which in its positive is communication, connection, feeling understood, being able to express yourself. Out of balance, it's feeling like you can't express yourself, trapped emotions, caged. We're going to go to the third eye, just in the middle of your forehead, above your frown. In balance, it's empathy, understanding, imagination, thinking, creativity. Out of balance, it's obsessive thinking, negative thoughts, closeness, self-centeredness, lack of ability to empathize. And then the top of your head, which is expansion, connection to something bigger, more openness. Out of balance, it's closed, small, not connected to something bigger. Okay, you can begin to open your eyes. Come back to the room, that's what the Buddhist would say. Oh, have a stretch. And you can take a break. You did a very good job. No matter what.